Folks, welcome to my very first public apology video. I have never been so wrong about something in my life. You know, for the past few days, I've been lying in my bed, crying like this baby over here. I was wrong. I've said many things, and I've done many things in the past that I was not proud of. But there is one thing, and it's the dumbest thing I've ever done, uh, that I cannot live down. I was wrong. I was wrong because D&D is the greatest role-playing game of all time. I don't know how blind I must have been, how stupid I was to not realize this earlier. I mean, it's such a great game, guys. And I just want to spend the next, 30 minutes or so to tell you how much I overlooked in this game. And I've come to the realization that other systems don't even need to exist. Because Dungeons and Dragons is the best. It's the greatest game of all time. And I know I've said a lot of negative things about Dungeons and Dragons or Wizards of the Coast. But let me make it up to you. I'm going to tell you today exactly how much I love this game and how wrong I was about every other game out there. So let's go on this journey. First of all, I want to apologize to everybody for saying that Dungeons and Dragons is not the right game for beginners to start with. I was wrong. I thought games like Mothership or Cairn or even this RPG that's only one page would be easier to understand than this damn thing. But I was wrong. You see, the problem with these small RPGs is it's so small that the font is too small. You can't read it. You can't. It's impossible. Why did I expect my players to be able to do that? Why? But look at this. It has so many pages. And, actually the font size is about the same. Oh. Sorry about the technical difficulty, guys. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Don't be fooled by this, Even though the rule book is only about 24 pages long, with the cover and the back, which is nothing basically. And even though if it's half the size of the D&D book, the D&D book is actually easier. The rules are so simple. Look at all these spells that you would have to you can choose. And you would have to read all the spells and to build your wizard. Isn't that cool, guys? Level 1. And then it's fun. It really is. I promise. Anyway, guys, don't be overwhelmed by the rules. Very simple and promise. Best for beginners. Anyway, on to my next point. Adventurers League is actually the best way to play the best game ever. Why didn't I realize this before? Going through formulaic adventures and then getting loot at the end and building OP characters so I can run through it like it's like another World of Warcraft dungeon crawl. That's the way it should be. To farm goods, to farm items, to get stronger. And honestly, it feels like Diablo, which is good. Because Diablo is a great game for PC. Yes, Adventurers League is the best way to experience a video game on a board. you know. And Adventurous D&D is such a well balanced game that you can build such an OP character that none of the vanilla creatures will be able to stop you. So you can just run through it and cycle, Adventurous League, and then you just beat everyone, everything, and everyone down. And then when people actually who come to play D&D like a role playing game, oh, those guys are doing it wrong, man. You gotta come in like it's Diablo, kill everything, nah, speed run. That's the way D&D is supposed to be. Adventurous League. That's the best way to play the game. You know, all this while I've been thinking about original adventure ideas, cool adventure stuff. But that just gets in the way of players being more powerful. That's what I've realized about adventure design from D&D Adventurous League. That's what I was missing from my games, man. I should have known this. I should have known this. I should have known that the players who come to play D&D Adventurous League just don't have a good enough computer to run Diablo, so they have to play Diablo in D&D. I should have known. Okay, guys. Next thing I need to apologize for is saying that optimized characters are really boring. I'm I'm sorry. You know how many people are there in the world, right? And 320k and 26k views is like nothing. You know, these are, if you bring one of these to the table, it's actually original, because not a lot of people would have, in respect to the whole world, would have seen this, and it would have been an original build actually that came from solely from your mind. You know, you're not net decking or anything. This is the way it is supposed to be. uh, I love it. I love it when I watch these videos, and it feels to me more like an MMO, how to build your character in an MMO game, rather than a character that's supposed to have story, heart, drive, and reasons for why they want to do things. Besides, I want to stab everything and kill everything. But that just gets in the way, once again, of players being the most powerful version of what they can be. You know, players just want to kill everything and strike everything down. What's wrong with that? Right? It's a tabletop RPG game, so I should be able to do everything that I want. You know? What's wrong with me playing it like a video game? The other thing I want to apologize for is for not realizing that D&D 5e combat is so fun, dude. It's so fun. All you have to do is roll a d20, see if you hit. If you don't hit, then you just suck thumb and do nothing, and you just run around. The choices that you have to make in this game are so substantial. Like, do I cast my powerful polymorph spell on the goblin? Obviously not, because I will save it for the big bad guy at the end of the session. Obviously, so easy, you know. Uh, and of course, we will just come together and focus one particular bad guy down, and finish it in one round using our very overpowered abilities that we got from our 1 hour optimization guides from D4 Deep Dive or whatever. That is the magic of D&D 5e combat. All the decisions are actually made for you already. When you create the character, you can actually win the combat and the encounters by just building a good character. That's what it's supposed to be, man. Your innate power. It doesn't matter how well or how technically you play in the game, man. It's about, if you build an OP character, you can do anything and get away with anything. That's what it's about. Games like Pathfinder 2e, just too complex. So many decisions to make. Like, oh, do I want to raise my shield? Do I want to jump over the guy? Do I want to demoralize the guy? All these options, for what? Gets in the way of me attacking and doing bigger numbers. You know, more all these choices are confusing. I just want very simple one. Follow my skill rotation like in an MMO. Yeah, that's what players in D&D like. I I should have known. I should have known. So one more thing I have to apologize for is the fact that I have criticized some of Dungeons and Dragons tools for DM to design adventures and to design encounters. I have said before that they didn't work because the CR system doesn't work and the tables don't make sense and the game is so unbalanced that no matter what you throw at the players, it's difficult to know if they will survive or not. But that was me in the past. I have come to realize that balance just means the players win all the time, and that's what it matters right now. And to be honest, now that I really think about it, I think the DM tools were it's kind of like a reverse psychology thing, right? They were badly designed on purpose so that they force you to be more creative and become a better DM by filling in all these rules yourself. I I didn't really think about it, guys. This is why the adventures are so badly written. There are so many empty rooms and so many plain combat encounters and no actual creativity put in the adventures at all because because it gives you the room to add whatever you want. Yeah, crazy to me, man. And if you ask me, like, hey, Nick, shouldn't they just include, like, interesting things to begin with so that you can still add whatever you want, but at least there's a guideline? I'm saying you're asking too much. You're asking too much of this $1 million company to add things that you actually want in the book. Come on! You know, just because you're role playing in a fantasy universe doesn't mean you have to live in a fantasy universe in real life. I mean, look at this. Fun combat encounters lifted directly from the DMG. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 points. Sweet and succinct. Just like this PowerPoint. That's how it's supposed to be. This is what makes you a good GM, man. Never mind that you can add stuff. You can add stuff all you want. That's the beauty of it. Why are you relying on a book to tell you how to have fun, or how to what are the guidelines for this game? You're a DM. You can make everything yourself. Why do this? Why buy a book? Why buy this book in the first place when there's barely anything inside? You know, that's that's the beauty of it. You buy it because after that you're forced to make up everything on your own, and that's great, man. That's great, man. Genius. Don't know why I never thought of it. Okay, guys, this is another big one. I'm guilty of saying that magic in 5th edition is too strong and too convenient and does not have any drawback, and it just prevents players from actually experiencing a proper game. I was wrong. I'm sorry. The magic is what makes the game good. It makes the game fun. Because it's just so funny when I cast fly and I completely circumvent a whole part of the dungeon. uh, that, that's so fun. It's so fun not playing the game because I have all these really convenient solutions for all these problems just in my character sheet. Why think? You see. Here's the thing. Why think of creative solutions to problems when I have convenient solutions to problem at the tip of my fingers? It prevents me, no, as a player. All these challenges, all these creative problem-solving things. just get in the way of me running my optimized build and watching the numbers go up. You know, it's waste of time. Waste of time. You know, just cast fly. If I see a frozen lake of water, I just cast uh, icy blast or whatever, chilling touch, whatever the hell, and freeze the surface and walk across. That's so original. That's creative problem solving, guys. That's so creative, so creative that even like a child could come up with that idea. You know, magic. That's where it is, man. Uh, I don't know how I could have overlooked this as well. Just magic makes the game so fun, so fun. It makes the game so fun by avoiding the game. So, once again, I'm sorry. Sorry for not admitting that D&D was a great game, and it's always been a great game. And I encourage everybody to try playing D&D, um, especially Adventurers Leagues, because it's so fun. Yeah, and I'm sorry for saying that the game sucks. I'm sorry for saying that there are way better games, but actually, I don't even know why those other games exist. I can just homebrew D&D into a super modern supernatural ghost hunting game. Why bother learning another system? 5e's fantastic, great, no flaws in the system at all. That's why it's the world's greatest role-playing game. You know what I mean? So yeah, I hope you accept my apology about Dungeons and Dragons, and I hope that you will continue to support me at the Alternative RPG Club. But I should change it now because I'm totally a D&D guy now. Maybe I'll rebrand it. Uh, Waiting for your donations so to get new T-shirts. Maybe I'll put like a dragon with a dungeon over here or something. Um, but yeah, I I apologize, and I hope you have a very happy April 1st. Thank you. Hey folks, just in case that wasn't clear enough, that was an April Fool's prank. I've been ranting a lot in the video, and definitely there are some genuine feelings there about Dungeons and Dragons that I feel, but those are kind of my feelings and my experiences with the game. Yours may differ, right? And play what you want. Uh, don't take what I'm saying to heart and start blasting me in the comments or whatever. Just a fun video that I shot, and a way for me to vent, I guess. But yeah, I encourage you to try different games. Not maybe you don't join the alternative RPG club and play our games. That's fine. But I definitely think that overall players will have um, become better role players, or like by knowing what's out there, and definitely you'll be a better GM by trying other games, because there are so many ideas from these other games that you're missing out on, and like I said, there are a lot of design problems with Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. uh, you kind of have to accept that. It's plain as day. Yeah, I said a lot of stuff earlier about optimizers and stuff as well, but I think it's just a big issue in 5e because the game is already unbalanced, and a lot of optimization strategies are kind of what feels to me like exploiting design holes and loops in the game that were not meant to be there in the first place. Um, Kind of like illegal. I don't know, in Counter Strike tournaments, when you stack on top of each other to snipe from across the map. That's not how the way the game is supposed to be played, and at least it feels like that to me. But you play the way you want to play, and there is no right or wrong way to play the game. But I believe that there is a wrong way to experience the game for you and me and every other player, and for those players it's all different, right? um, some players just they just in it for the story. They want to build the character however they want to build it, not build like an optimized build, and be forced to build optimized build because everyone around them is building optimized build, right? So that player who does the roleplay stuff probably doesn't belong at that table. Uh, but yeah, there should be like a table for every person who wants to experience the game in their own ways. And yeah, I think I've done ranting for the day. Please don't blast me in the comments. And have a good April Fool's Day. Bye bye.